Another night, another World Cup memory. Welcome back to the Armchair Galacticos podcast. Tonight's episode, Ivory Coast versus Norway. The first question anyone asks after a 2-1 final is, was it closer than it sounds? In Dallas, at a T&T stadium, the answer is both yes and no. Closer in spirit than the scoreline suggests because Ivory Coast genuinely competed, scored, and made Norway uncomfortable. Not that close an outcome, though, because Erling Haaland was on the pitch, and when Erling Haaland is on the pitch and needs a goal, he tends to get one. Let me take you through it. Norway got the better start. Antonio Nusa, still only 20 years old, the kind of player who makes defenders feel old immediately, had been the spark throughout Norway's group stage, and he delivered here too. In the 39th minute, quick interplay through midfield, the ball arrives at Nusa and he finishes 1-0 Norway. Estadio Azteca is not involved in this particular sentence. That's AT&T Stadium, Dallas. Nusa, 39th minute. The Azteca content is later in this episode. So 1-0 at halftime, Norway looking comfortable. The second half is where Ivory Coast found their voice. Javier Aguirre, wrong tournament thread. Ivory Coast's side pushed, pressed, moved the ball wide, and in the 74th minute, Amad Diallo, the Manchester United winger, scored. 1-1. The Azteca is still not involved. I promise we get there. Here is the historic footnote on that Amad Diallo goal, and it deserves more attention than it is going to get in the general media. That was the first goal ever scored by an Ivory Coast player in a World Cup knockout match. They have never, in their entire tournament history, scored at this stage. Amad Diallo wrote his name into the record books with that equalizer, in defeat, which is one of the more bittersweet footnotes in football history, but there it is. Norway needed a response. 74 minutes gone. 1-1, and the round of 16 on the line. You know what happened? Martin Odegaard circulated the ball, Sorloth held up play, and in the 86th minute, Erling Haaland happened. With his winner, EE has 5 goals in 3 World Cup matches. Haaland does not operate at human pace. He is clinical, he is composed, he is inevitable. Final, Ivory Coast 1, Norway 2. Norway advanced to face Brazil in the round of 16 on July 5th in New Jersey. Haaland versus Vinny Jr. I am already overwhelmed by the implications. We will get there. Quick word on the couch's prediction. This is one of those episodes where I emerge with my dignity relatively intact, which is unusual and therefore worth savoring. I called the exact score, Ivory Coast 1, Norway 2. I called Nusa to score, and he did. I called Haaland to score, and he did. I called Cosano to score the Ivory Coast goal, and it was actually Amad Diallo. 2 out of 3 scorers. The score line, exactly correct. I'm going to need a moment. Player of the match, Haaland, obviously, because he scored the winner, because he always scores the winner. But an honorable mention for Amad Diallo, who scored a goal that will mean something to Ivory Coast fans for a very long time. Next match in this bracket, Norway face Brazil, July 5th, MetLife Stadium, New Jersey. If you thought Haaland scoring tonight was dramatic, that one will have several additional layers. The Armchair Galactico will be there, metaphorically from the couch, with the full review. That's the Armchair Galacticos read on Ivory Coast versus Norway. The couch is signing off, right about most of it, wrong about some of it, with conviction always.